Alright, what's up you guys? Money in the Bank is coming up in 2 weeks, so I figured I would do the Money in the Bank pay-per-view DVD collection. And here I have the anthology. If you want to see me review that, let me know. I'll probably end up doing it anyway, coming up soon. So let's get started here. As you know, the Money in the Bank ladder match was conceived at WrestleMania 21, all the way until 26, and then they came out with this bad boy, Money in the Bank 2010, giving it its own pay-per-view, because WWE likes to have gimmick pay-per-views, and this is the only gimmick pay-per-view I like. You know, I don't like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, because I like the surprise factor of those. And I'd rather see Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, but still, it's a very exciting pay-per-view, and I honestly can't complain too much about it. So here's the first one here. We have Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston there, and 2 action shots, and then you have 2 briefcases there, obviously. And this was in when Nexus was still having their good run before they were buried. But you have a steel cage match with Sheamus and John Cena, Rey Mysterio and Jack Swagger. And then your 2 Money in the Bank matches. You have The Miz winning and then Kane. And then Kane eventually ended up cashing in on the same night, which was obviously a first. Very nice disc artwork. And then there's that. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, I thought this was actually a very good debut pay-per-view for the concept. And I think it worked out very well. But it was nothing compared to next year's, 2011. This was obviously in Chicago. This was after the CM Punk pipe bomb and all that. And the Summer of Punk, whatever you want to call it. And, a lot of people say that this is the greatest B pay-per-view of all time. It's one of those things I can't really agree or disagree. There's been some good B pay-per-views out there. Canadian Stampede, No Mercy had a couple good ones, Backlash. But this one definitely is up there at the top. You had a 5-star match with CM Punk and John Cena. And, it felt like real drama. And, part of it was, if you've ever seen the CM Punk documentary. But we had John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE title. And I honestly couldn't be happier with how it went down, too. I really liked that. Then you have Randy Orton and Christian. They never put on a bad match. And then you had your 2 Money in the Bank matches. Let's see, who won here? Yeah, Del Rio and Daniel Bryan. Open. There we go. You have some decent artwork there. Nothing too impressive, but still very nice. But, I think this is the one spoiler cover that we can forgive, honestly, because that's a badass cover. Alright, next up we have Money in the Bank 2012. Say what you want. I'm a John Cena fan, but I personally disagree that he should be winning Money in the Bank briefcases, because I prefer it to be a jumpstart to a career. So, it is what it is. Decent cover here. And then you had Sheamus and Del Rio, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, in a great match, as always. Then you had your 2 matches here. You had John Cena and Dolph Ziggler winning the other one. So there you have that. And John Cena was the first one to ever lose that title shot. So, making history, not in good ways, though. Open it up. I actually really like this disc art. That is beautiful. It really is. I love that. So, moving on to 2013. I like this cover, personally. I think it's really nice. And this, a lot of people say it's jumbled or too messy. I really like it. And this was RVD's comeback. So that's very cool. There's your spine. A lot of the spines are pretty similar, except for 2015. But yeah, John Cena and Mark Henry for the WWE title. And, I loved Mark Henry's little heel run he had here. I just wish it could have lasted a lot longer. And then you had your 2 Money in the Bank matches with Randy Orton and Damien Sandow winning. And Sandow, obviously, he did not win either. Kind of a strange discard there. I don't really know how to feel about that. It's different, but I like different, so I'll give it a win. Alright, next up we have 2014. Beautiful cover. I love this. You had Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and then John Cena winning the unified titles. But I think it's a really unique cover. I really like that. And then there's your spine. I like how they have the ladder and then the titles up top. And then you don't get a match listing for this one. But you have 2 Money in the Bank matches. Well, one was a title match, and then the other was the Money in the Bank, with Seth Rollins winning, and then John Cena won the unified titles. And there you have, I believe it was the Usos versus Goldust and Stardust. You know, I love Goldust and Stardust as a team. I'm a humongous Goldust fan, and I love what they're doing with him now. They have him back to his kind of like 90s heel character. I love it. But there you have it. Not very symmetrical, so that bothers me. I noticed the dumbest things, so still, you know, kind of generic discard, but it still holds up. It's not terrible. Next up, we have Money in the Bank 2015. Nothing about this screams ladder matches, but it's still a very cool cover with Dean Ambrose, so can't really complain that much, right? Beautiful logo as always. And I like how they did a different spine here. It's kind of like a golden mustard yellow spine. So very nice. And gee, I wonder who won the Money in the Bank match. And this one we actually do get a match listing. It's nice. You had Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose in a ladder match for the world title. John Cena versus Kevin Owens in another one of their great matches. And then you had Sheamus winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'll show you the disc art. And this one you actually get a Daniel Bryan card, so that's cool. And, yeah, still very, I love that disc art, though. It's very nice. And overall, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. I think the last match went on a little too long, but it is what it is. It was still a great match. And then Money in the Bank 2016. This is, in my opinion, one of the greatest DVD covers they've ever done, because you have the same title on the cover 3 times, which is pretty bold if you think about it, held by all 3 members of the Shield. That is a very poetic and beautiful cover. And then you have all your participants here. If I can, it's a little too shiny. If I can get the focus a little more. It's not going to focus. I have the flash on for lighting. And then the back here, that's actually really cool as well. Very cool. But it's probably my favorite backing to any of them too. But you had your Money in the Bank match won by Dean Ambrose, obviously. And then you had Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. You had John Cena and AJ Styles for the first time ever. And then you open it up. You get a Seth Rollins card. I fixed that here. There we go. And then there's your disc art, which was just the poster artwork. So, yeah, very nice DVD. But that about does it. That brings me to the end. I'll show you all of them side by side. So there you have it. Money in the Bank pay-per-view DVD collection. If you want to see the anthology, let me know. And as always, it's been nice hanging out here. So yeah, peace out.